Hello and welcome to the Grad Dialogue. Today, my guest is Angela Settle. Angela spent almost 26 years at the Owensboro Health Systems. You would have thought that after spending 26 years of the professional life, you must have been had your dream job. As much as she enjoyed working at the hospital and doing the quality assurances, which is a great job, she thinks that her dream job is what she has now. She became the executive director of the help office in Owensboro in August. So we're going to talk to her about the help office and what the help office is doing and why she considers this to be a dream job. So Angela, welcome on the Grad Dialogue.
Thank you so
It was
much.
kind of refreshing, exciting, and everything else. And you feel like you taking on as the executive director of the help office in Owensboro as a dream job. So can you kind of comment on that? Why do you feel that way?
Oh, it's just my passion to
Uh-huh.
help the less fortunate and the homeless. And when I quit my job at the hospital, I was employed. I volunteered at homeless shelters. I was on
Okay.
St. Vincent de Paul. I was in all aspects of the less fortunate, and it was just that's the help office is the first stop for all those people, and it's just a wonderful place.
So really, you always had that in your blood as far
I
as
did.
caring for the people who are less fortunate.
Yes, I did.
That's great. I think Owensboro Health Help Office is really fortunate to have you. People do not think about help office at times unless you really have a need for that, or if you have a heart like what you described that you want to volunteer to help out some of the folks that are less fortunate. So let's just talk about the help office itself, what it is. It's not a crisis line. It's just help office for
No.
a physical or some needs. So can you just
Yes, and it's
okay?
interesting you say that.
Uh-huh.
The help office, there are many people that have lived here their whole lives, and
Right,
when they found out I had this job, they said, I've never heard of the help
right,
office.
right.
Or people that have heard of it, they're like, I don't know what you do. We've been around for almost 50 years. It
Uh-huh.
was founded in 1972. It was several churches of different
I
denominations
see.
got together and they said, hey, we know there's a need for the less fortunate, but what we need to do is collaborate and see what we can do better not to duplicate services. So that's how it started, and that's still how it's functioning. And we are solely funded by the
I
churches,
see.
organizations, and the few grants that we have, okay? We do not get federal funding, state funding, county funding, or anything, city
Oh,
funding, or not even a member of United Way. So it's basically the community that's backed us for almost 50 years.
so I think that's where the confusion comes in too, because I think the city, county may be funding the crisis line, but no, not the help office. No.
Not currently, they're
Right.
not.
Ah, okay.
We
Okay.
welcome that. We welcome
Yeah.
that.
Now,
But
I mean, this is the season of giving. This season of helping people out and everything else. And you have a myriad of different organizations. You got the Salvation Army, United Way. It just list goes on. Churches and like today, the grad is delivering bags of food to the nursing homes and all that. Why, among all those things, why it is still important to have a help office, and then how do you kind of come out of the all the different players playing the game?
Well, it truly is the first stop for the less fortunate. We have several churches that provide benevolences to their clients, but they have to come see us first.
I see.
We actually have a voucher, it's a purple voucher, and they have to come for an interview, get the voucher to be seen by the churches. Now, they don't for Salvation Army or Audubon area services,
Okay.
but it really is the first stop. And what we do the interview process. It's a short interview, demographics,
Right,
expenses, income, number in the household, that kind of thing. We really do a good job, I guess, of kind of vetting the
Right.
clients. So when we do refer them to different churches, they know if the help office has helped them, then they need help, and they help accordingly.
So it is, and first of all, you are not just providing that, direly needed assistance or help during the holidays. You provide all year long.
All year
Okay,
long.
okay.
There's always a need all year long, and it's not just at Christmas when everybody's thinking about the less fortunate.
Right.
There's poverty here. There's hunger in this community
Right,
and
right.
there needs to be an awareness. There truly are issues, and it's widespread. It's the children, it's seniors. It doesn't discriminate. I mean, we have people that are working hard. It's not a lot of people say, okay, these are low lives that aren't working that are coming to
Right,
the help
right.
office. We have people that are employed and you might have both parents working,
It's still not enough. No,
minimum
yeah,
wage
right.
jobs. They don't get enough hours, but a third to a half of their income goes towards their housing.
Right.
And so, and some people even have to decide, okay, am I going to pay my utility bill, my rent, or buy food? I mean, we truly have people making decisions like that, and it's not because they're not working.
Yeah.
And it's just, there is a huge need, and it continues to grow.
And learning about your agency and also talking to you earlier and also the previous staff as well, people need to realize that this is not just a place of you going to get some food or maybe find some clothes or shoes or something, but you also do in real term help. And that means referring you or the person to other services available in the community as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we do referrals to homeless shelters. I mean, we have a lot of people come in, they're just in town. They know nothing, they don't know about the shelters, they don't know about meals. So we have a lot of that going on, but we also refer them to go fill out a food stamp or SNAP application or try to help them with housing best we can. But yeah, and we do refer them to different churches and just whatever their needs might be, we try to, if we don't know, we try to research some and try to give them the best advice that we can.
And talking to my staff at Grad, they even told me that, they do visit help office to provide some referrals on, some needs of the medical needs, or I don't know what the different
Let's
kind of
see.
connection.
Well, we have through Grad, I'm trying to
With the
think.
prescription assistance program, they sign up for that too?
Yes,
or,
yes. Okay, yeah. Ken Lawson comes for the benefits check
right,
and that
benefit
kind of
check,
thing.
right,
Yeah,
right,
we have different people coming in for blood pressure screenings. We have people for SNAP for over 60. We do have different vendors come in to see how they can best serve our needs.
Now, Angela, let's kind of talk about where is this place located, and when is it open, and how people can get in touch before we can talk about some of the specific needs, how people can assist and volunteer at the
Okay,
facility.
we're located at 1316 West 4th Street.
West 4th Street.
Here in Owensboro. It's the best location. We've identified through a hunger task force that I'm serving on that the area where the help office is has the highest poverty rate,
I see.
and it's also a food desert. There's no grocery store there
right,
anymore.
right.
We might be one of the very few food pantries that there are.
see.
So it truly is the best spot for the less fortunate to come. It's because the barrier they have is transportation.
Right.
So I mean, it's a long walk for some people,
Right,
but
right.
a lot of the people can walk to the help office if they need to.
Oh, okay.
We, like I said, we've been around for 50 years.
Are you open every day?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. And for years, a lot of people have questioned, why are you only open so few hours?
Right.
We're volunteer driven.
Right.
I would say 90% of our volunteers are retired. They have their lives, they have things they want to do, but we get a lot done in the 3 hours that we're open.
Right.
Get a lot done. We always need volunteers. We can't survive without them, for sure.
Okay. Now, I mean, this is a independent office, or is it affiliated with anything else?
No,
or-
it is not. It's
okay.
church driven. Like I said, that's where, no, we are just a nonprofit, independent, that depends on the community to survive.
You have an I guess organization, board of directors.
We
and all
do.
that?
We
Can you
do.
kind of comment on that? Who's serving on the board?
Reed Hare, former judge
Yes,
executive,
yes,
is on
yes,
the board. We have Pam Smith Wright,
Right.
city commissioner, that's on the board. We have Steve Knight. He is a retired teacher
Right.
and superintendent of schools. We have Bob Farmer from First Baptist Church, really involved with the church and the
Yes,
benevolence
yes,
program there. Let's see, Richard Norris. I don't know if you know
okay,
Richard.
yes.
He is a member at First Presbyterian Church, and he has always been a big supporter of the help office.
right.
We have Julie Reed. She's a new board member that took my spot. She is a teacher who has a huge heart and the passion for the less fortunate and the homeless. Kathy Baker, Sheila Miller,
You got a pretty good
and
group
who am
there.
I for- and Brenda Sharp from
okay.
Owensboro Christian
Right.
Church.
Right.
Yeah, I think
So
that's, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
So there are the church affiliated along with some of the citizens who would like
Yes.
to volunteer and help
Yes.
you out.
Yes.
You mentioned about that the whole operation runs through the volunteers, besides
Yes.
yourself and some other staff. So how many volunteers you have, and how people can volunteer at the help office?
Probably we have about 100 that come a week.
Oh
Some of
wow!
those are some of
Right,
those are people. Some are there every day. Some are
right,
there two
right.
to 3 days a week. All you have to do is have an interest that you want to volunteer. Give us a call. Show up. And we'll just have you shadow someone, give you a tour of the building, and see what works best for you. But we have interview positions that people can do where they're actually with the clients, and a lot of people want that one-on-one with them. It's their passion, and it's you just have a great feeling when you get to help somebody and you actually get to meet them and see what's going on in their life.
So when you talk about the interviewing position, you also mentioned earlier that you get some information about the person or the persons or the family needing help, but you also get their demographic information.
Yes.
So you can see how they can get other assistance from other agencies in the community.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
If they're a veteran, we'll try to see if we can, get them help through the VA. There's so many programs,
Right,
and I'm still
right.
learning about those. Volunteers also, we have great volunteers, but I want to grow.
Right,
There's so
right.
many other things that I want to do, like a mobile pantry in the
Right,
future, maybe some backpack programs to help out some of the local schools in the area down by the help office. So I don't want to take the volunteers we have. They're perfectly happy there, and
Yes,
they do,
yes,
they do a fantastic, efficient job. So I'm going to grow.
I know some of the volunteers that I know. I know that I was talking to not too long ago to Burley Fillin,
Yes.
and I believe Beverly also Fillin also does that.
Absolutely.
Cindy McCool or Johnny McCool's wife.
Yes,
And, I think
yes.
there's a lot of lists. So that's great that they do good volunteers. They
Oh,
retire
yes.
and everything else. Let's
Yeah.
talk about what specific assistance you give in terms of uh, food, clothes. You mentioned about the food in the past.
Yes, we do the food and the clothing, of course. One of the most important, food is very important,
Right,
obviously,
right,
but
right.
we do emergency assistance for rent and utilities. If they
okay.
have an eviction notice
okay.
or if they have a disconnect. We have people, when they walk through our doors, that are facing the real possibility of being homeless. And I can't imagine walking in their shoes, coming
right.
in that environment.
Understand,
They're
yeah.
scared, they've never been there before, they don't know
Right.
if they're going to have a home in a couple of days. So we're just trying to keep them from being homeless. We don't want anybody to be homeless and get in that cycle,
Right,
so to speak. And we have people come in that already have their electricity turned off.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some dire situations that we face. We also do, through Lions Club, we do their application process for people that want to get eye exams and prescription glasses. With Christian Dental, we also are where the clients need to come to get that paperwork completed and they can get their dental work done. We are also paying for substance abuse rehab fees
Wow.
because we know substance abuse is a major issue all over, and we want to make sure that they get the necessary treatment that they
So
want.
there is nothing on anybody's list that you cannot help.
Well, no, really, there's not.
Right,
we do
right.
have policies,
Sure,
and we
sure.
say you have to have an
Absolutely.
eviction
Yeah,
notice or
yeah,
a
yeah.
disconnect. But if I have a mom who has got two
right.
children and she's like upset because she's not going to be able to make her payment,
Right,
even if she
right.
doesn't have an eviction notice, that's a true emergency. The first time she's been to the health office, we're not going to turn her away. We're going to help her. We do not want her to be put in a situation where she's
Right,
going to have
right,
kids on the streets in their car or
I understand,
shelter.
yes. Beside volunteering and all those things, people can also assist in terms of donating,
Yes.
food, clothes. I think I've taken some shoes and clothes and food. Anything else? Do you have any fundraising events? So mentioned you help out on the rent, assistance and everything else. You also need some cash as well. So okay.
Of course, we need money. We're a nonprofit. Yes, we need money. We do have we give personal hygiene items, cleaning supplies.
Oh, okay.
We do take more than clothing. I didn't even realize, honestly, until I started working there, even though I was on the board.
Right.
We take toys, household items, pots, pans, bedding, covers. What we need right now, of course, are coats.
Right.
Mainly, we have a lot of women's coats, as you can imagine, because we switch up our coats a lot. But we
right.
need men's coats, children's clothing and coats, socks, caps, shoes.
Yeah, especially the weather is
Especially with the
getting
weather.
yes, yeah.
But honestly, the children's clothing is something we need year round.
Okay.
Year round. As far as fundraisers, we've been blessed where we have not had to do the fundraisers because since we're run by volunteers and we
Right,
have three
right.
part-time staff.
Right.
It's
No cost involved to the
it's
point.
really
Yes, yeah.
hard at this point. That I think that's one reason we haven't had fundraisers.
So anyway, so anybody can, listening to the show, anyone even heard about the help office before, can participate, either donating items that you mentioned, along with that, coming down there and volunteering
Yes.
and helping out. So let's again give a location. You said what's the name?
1316
1316.
West 4th Street,
Okay, and telephone number.
270-685-4971.
And they can always call you or anybody at that number
Yes,
at the
absolutely.
help office. We've been
Yes.
talking to Angela Settle. She's the new executive director of the help office, and it's amazing. Not just because the holidays are coming, but also because there's a need for the folks all year round. You don't see homeless as more or less defined in bigger cities, but we do have a lot of need for the citizens in our community, including Owensboro. So if you could help out at the help office, or even volunteer, or donate the items that she mentioned, please help out. And again, if you have any questions or need more information, you can call me at the grad office, 926-4433, or you can always call Angela Settle at the help office. Again, and have a Merry Christmas and have a great day. Thank you.